And we're doing it on the Spread Option Pod. One of us thought we were recording already, but we weren't. But we're going to start out with some Big 12 gambling action. I'm Tony. The next voice you hear is Ben.
Well, we were mostly talking about, you know, killing ourselves.
But that's
So,
intimately related to gambling. That is
yes.
one of the most common results of a bad gambling session is a man sat in his car in the Vegas parking lot thinking to himself, why don't I just drive into a ravine?
Now, you've known me for a long time. Would you characterize me as woke in any capacity?
That is something we have in common. We are both woke, unwoke Democrats, much like
Anti-woke.
Plattner in Maine.
I will say, if this guy's name was fucking LeBrendan Sorsby, he would not be allowed to be playing college football. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yo,
Absolutely ridiculous.
by the way, that judge went to Texas Tech. The judge who gave him that
I think he
injunction.
went to Houston. I heard that he went to Houston.
Oh, he
I
went
don't know
U
if
of H.
that's
Oh,
true.
my bad. I thought
That's
it was
what I
Tech.
heard.
My bad. Anyway, he was definitely like a football fan, and like he like was rooting for this kid though.
It's
You
absolutely
are right.
ridiculous.
You would not get a favorable injunction in the heart of Texas as a black man.
You
It
don't think
definitely had to be
he'd
white
be all
Sorsby.
over he'd be all over Fox News. Like this is what our sports in this country have deteriorated to. I can't believe this, right? Like this
Oh,
would be a national story.
well, hang on for a second, because I think all that stuff, like, deteriorated is fake, right? He never bet against his team. He bet on his team. He bet on success. You know?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, he also
But
bet on hella other games, too. He was just betting on
yeah.
games he was watching, too, right? But I mean, he never did a thing. It was, people were talking about, like, the Chicago Black Sox. No. They fixed the World Series. That's why they were bad guys. The Black Sox weren't bad guys because they had bookies. They were bad guys because they ruined the championship. Likewise, Sorsby didn't throw the Big 12.
Likewise.
He
Okay,
didn't throw the Big
the
12.
problem here, Tony, you have a PhD. You don't need me to tell you the slippery slope here. Okay? You come on, stop it. Stop it. You're not a
You believe in
mongoloid.
slippery slopes? You believe in
You are
slippery slopes?
not a mongoloid.
Is that where we're at? Because
This is bad.
I'm going to tell you
You know
something.
this is bad.
I I am okay. Hang on for a second. So
It's
you
bad
feel
that
like
there's no there. Everyone knows, like if you were an NFL player and you bet on the NFL, you were suspended. What Calvin Ridley? He was suspended for a year, right?
that's right. I was also angry about that because he wasn't like betting against the Falcons.
It doesn't
He
matter. This is what they tell them to do. This is that's the policy of the NFL. It's the policy of the NCAA not to gamble, right? Those guys in Iowa and Iowa State gambled on Iowa and Iowa State games. I don't know if they did against Iowa or against Iowa State,
I
but
thought they
like
did. That's what I thought
I
the
don't I
problem
don't know,
was.
but still, like you have to keep like the game already has issues around like the spirit of the game. Obviously, there are people that are getting bribes under the table for gambling purposes. Like obviously that's happening. You cannot basically say that there are no consequences for violating this rule. For a two game suspension, please. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, here's the thing. This is like when you have the DraftKings billboards everywhere telling the kid he can't gamble. It's like telling the guy who works at Budweiser he can't drink beer. Like, hey, fuck off. Why don't you stop selling beer before you tell me to stop drinking it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, if it
So
was the policy of the Budweiser
I'm
employees
saying that's
not
not a
to
legit
drink beer,
policy. It's not a legit policy. You can't be a booze company and be against booze. You can't be a gambling company and be against gambling. It's not. It's not.
what
You
do you mean?
can't.
It's not a gambling company. This is the
Yo,
NCAA.
yo, what are we doing here? Everyone knows the main reason we have these games is to bet on them. Let's be real. And it's like the players. I would be much more exercised if the players were betting against themselves. Like that to me is a crime. But you keep it clean. You want yourself to hit the over. I mean, come on. Didn't you want to do that already?
And this is I know you are very pro gambling, and I'm also pro gambling. Many people in my neighborhood are very upset about the Queen's Casino. I'm the only
Mm.
person I know that loves the idea of the Queen's Casino. Um, I'm pro gambling, okay, but this is extremely dangerous for the sport.
Hang on. I feel like Saks Casino at the Flushing Meadows is way more. Because what is Sorsby really going to do? You think people are going to quit gambling on college sports now? Like, no, we're just going to want to bet on the guys who bet on themselves.
No, it's the people that are going to bet on college football are going to bet it. I don't know if there's some sort of reporting mechanism. I'm not really sure how it works on the back end. There might be some sort of, like you have to put in your social security number, right, when you sign up for these mobile apps. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if something gets flagged by some organization, if DraftKings, flag. Regardless, like you can go to a kiosk, right? You can bet at a betting window. Um, that's that's totally fine. People are gonna bet, but it's the issue here is that there needs to be consequences for clearly violating this rule, right? That's like people are going to acquire knives no matter what, so we shouldn't have rules for stabbing, or exactly like the argument for the Second Amendment in the United States. Like there needs to be consequences for shooting people.
Okay. I really wish we had a constitutional right to engage
to
in
to
gambling.
stab.
Like, no, the right to place wagers shall not be infringed. Like,
Yeah.
I would love that rule. Like, although we have the right to bear arms shall not be infringed, and all these fucking libtards have gone all over the place banning guns. So, like, I guess we don't even care what it says on parchment, regardless. Look, Sorsby had a good argument in court. He was like, "You guys are hurting my feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are hurting
Exactly.
my feelings,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you guys are hypocrites. Fuck you." And then he won. And it was like, God damn it. Good for you,
Yes.
kid.
Yes.
Good for
Yes.
you. That was a ballsy argument to trot out, and you won. I like
This
it.
is this is America. If you spend enough money, there are no consequences for your actions.
And it's my understanding that like if he had like if he were in the draft badge, he would have gotten an invitation to training camp.
So look, so we're gonna start with
Actually,
Texas
let's
Tech.
just start with Texas Tech.
With
Fuck
Texas
it. They
Tech,
are the favorites in the Big 12 after all.
they are the
Ten
favorites.
and a half on the win total.
I have a question. Is this kid good?
Well, they had a good team last year, right?
No, 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 no. But is Brendan Sorsby good? Is he
Well,
good?
I mean, that's the thing. It's my understanding he would be invited to training camp, but like I didn't think he was going to be the first quarterback off the board necessarily. You know,
No, not
right?
at
Like,
all.
you
There's
know what I mean?
probably,
Yeah.
I mean, the quarterback class was really weak, right, this year. Um, he could have gone into the NFL draft, but he stayed in college football. Next year is going to be an extremely competitive NFL draft for quarterbacks. So I guess it probably made more sense financially for him to take the $5 million from Texas Tech than try his luck in the draft.
Hey,
But he
that is a
was
good
draft,
point.
but he was draft eligible.
Okay, I didn't realize that. That's a good point. He could have
Yeah,
already left.
he's a junior.
Well, you know what? So that must have been the NFL scout's opinion too, that he was more a product of the system and that it was like a good setup for him and he wasn't really a good quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't I just don't know if he's worth all this attention. Like he might be materially better than Baron Morton, the quarterback that they had last year, but the thing that made this team was their defense. And like a lot of that defense is gone. Right? That was a stifling defense, a stifling defensive line, an excellent linebacking core that like just out talented offensive lines in the Big 12. Like, I think they had 9 guys drafted.
You're
That's really
kidding.
my.
Texas Tech had 9 fucking
I
defensive
think
players
so.
drafted.
No, and some offensive players.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
see. Number
But
of
but
Texas
but I
Tech
mean,
players.
but he was the Cincy quarterback with Satterfield, right?
Hold on a
So
second.
yeah, so I mean, Satterfield's like an offensive guru. You know what I mean? So that's why I was saying about Sorsby. Like they might think he's a mirage. They might think a lot of a lot of lads in Satterfield's offense would have flourished, right? Um, as for Tech, I do think that they are the fair favorites, though. Like they have a better team than Brigham Young or Arizona do. Like they got a better team, or I guess Houston's going to be an interesting bet, but still, like Texas Tech has like a real leg up on the rest of the conference.
Well, I'll get there in a second, but yeah, they had 9 players drafted. I don't know how many UDFA's they had, but they had 9 players drafted. I mean, if you look at David Bailey, Jacob Rod, like David Bailey, pick number 2 in the NFL draft. Like, when has anything like that happened to Texas Tech? I mean, since Patrick Mahomes, and then was Crabtree a first round pick? He might have been. But those are generational players. Like David Bailey is their sack leader with 14 and a half sacks. Jacob Rodriguez, their leader in tackles. Like they have an edge, a defensive line, um, 2 defensive linemen drafted. Like this is, and 2 defensive ends. Yeah, sorry. So David Bailey, Romello Height were drafted on the D ends, and then 2 defensive linemen drafted, and a linebacker.
Okay.
That's a lot. And like this was a stifling defense. Like I don't know if this might be the most talented roster, but I just don't think that this is like if you look at Sagarin CFB power ratings. Like I think he probably had Texas Tech as a top 5 team. They're number 6 in the country.
Okay.
Okay. Do we think Texas Tech this year, with all that talent, is going to be top 6 in the country? I think it's probably fair to assume they're a top 20 team.
If you win the Big 12, you're definitionally top 6. I thought though.
Not talking about rankings, talking about power ratings.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right. Right. Yeah. No. I don't know
Do
what
we
to
think
make of the team.
Texas
I'm open
Tech
to their offensive line being very good this year. By the way,
Texas Tech is power rated slightly higher than Georgia in the end of the year power ratings for Sagarin. Come
interesting.
on, that's not happening again, right? So
Interesting.
they're going to have a step back here. So even with this, even with the better quarterback on
Well,
paper,
the comparison to Georgia is a bit loaded. Like, why would you compare them to Bama? Because Texas Tech might finish ahead of Alabama. You know what I mean?
yeah. So, but I'm just that was number 6 versus number 7. So Bama, so Texas Tech was a 90.88 and Bama's a 85.61. Like
Damn.
how many times? Yeah, how many times do we think that's going to happen? So, they might have a better quarterback on paper. The thing about Texas Tech is, again, according to my numbers, I don't do any real statistical analysis or anything. Just take the average of the power ratings, right? So even with that power rating last year, with that power rating last year, they have the easiest conference schedule by almost 2 points. So their average conference opponent is a 72.5.
Now,
And
that's a retrospective statement, or is that upcoming this season?
that's upcoming.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
that's an average. So they have by far the easiest schedule. If you look at Texas Tech schedule, and I don't have things in order, but they don't play BYU, they don't play Utah. The really difficult games are at home, at least pre-flop. Arizona, Arizona State, Houston, TCU. And they even get West Virginia at home, which is not a difficult game, but you don't want to be going to West Virginia. It's an extremely favorable slate. Um, look at their non-con. Abilene Christian, Oregon State. We were on Oregon State when Texas Tech played last year.
That's right.
Creamed them. Creamed them.
That's
They
right.
were
That
like
was
23
foolish
and
of
a half
us.
point. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
foolish. Same Houston State, arguably the a bottom 5 team in football last year. And then they play, Baylor, Cincinnati, Colorado, Oklahoma State, Arizona State. Many of those teams, I think, are could be significantly better. But this is Oklahoma State, Colorado. That's the bottom of the barrel. Baylor had a rough season last year, so this is by far the easiest schedule. So this is what I think uh, puts them in the driver's seat to at least be in the conference championship game. Like I just the schedule on paper is easy. So like Baylor, I think could be a better team. I think Colorado might be a better team. Oklahoma State can't get any worse. Arizona State might have a little bit of a bounce back. TCU might be a better team. Maybe it's Houston's time to shine. Rich Rod is a good coach,
I
right?
mean,
But
I
but
was gonna
but
say
still,
Houston's probably the smooth move in this conference. Like betting Houston's better than laying fucking minus 120 on Texas Tech to win the conference. But I mean, I guess the schedule does favor them. They do have an emotional return to Cincinnati though, or I suppose Sorsby has an emotional return to Cincinnati, and they do visit Oklahoma State and Baylor back to back weeks in November.
sure.
And that's, I mean, I can see, yeah. All right, I can see why their win total's 10.5, but I also don't think it's a gimme. They could
No,
go under
it's not a
that.
gimme, but you know, a 10-win team, they're going to the conference championship game, right?
Yeah,
So I understand why they're the hands down favorite. I just don't. I think they're going to be overvalued in a handful of spots.
I can easily
Like
see that. I mean,
like
especially
I
because they covered big numbers last year, so it's easy to imagine them quickly getting steam in the market this year.
yeah
I mean,
yeah
they were going to fire Joey Maguire last year. Let's just remember that his seat was hot, and he cooled it right off with a big season he had to have. And then he went back to the transfer portal to shore up his defense. And I'm not going to rule out that maybe he did get a bunch of dudes again, but it's true. He's got to put it all together.
yeah, and and they're spending a lot of money, but a lot of other schools are spending money.
Right.
Schools in better places to live, and also schools with pussy. You know,
I
right?
mean,
So
Lubbock is not an ideal place, as I've heard that the Texas Panhandle is grim.
yeah, and there's pussy. There's pussy everywhere, right? There's
Yeah,
money and
yeah,
pussy. There's
yeah.
there's a lot of, as I say, like bimbos are America's greatest resource. There's no country with the quality and quantity of bimbos as the United States. Perhaps Brazil, but this is like we are the largest producer of bimbos, just like petroleum. Like
Hilarious.
yeah, so
Is that your
there's
take? Is that
that is
your
my
take?
take. That is my take.
I'm going to
100%.
try to find some time to clip this into a YouTube short. That's very good.
Yeah, this is
America's number one export.
yeah. It's not export, it's just our number one commodity. Like there's
Amer-
there's no other country that has again the quality and quantity of bimbos as the United States. So there's pussy to be found and there's money to be found. So I don't think Texas Tech is special in any way in that regard. Like you don't think there's pussy and money at Texas?
well, I mean,
Please.
listen, it's a whole different thing in Austin, right? Like you got to like, that's tougher. It's tougher to be high up in Austin than to be high up in Lubbock. All right, like
Sure.
it's a different thing.
Sure. But
But
but they also have places besides like Bonefish Grill and Carrabba's.
yo, yo, I listen. I don't want to suggest for a second that young men are clamoring to live in Lubbock. So we're not gonna push that point. I I just I'm just saying I'm with you. They're a bad price, but the schedule breaks nicely for them.
Yes,
I
exactly.
thought I also saw that they were huge turnover luck winners last year. So I was expecting you to point that out too. Like
Um,
they are due up. They would probably due up for fewer extra possessions.
I don't think that's true. I was just actually looking at this.
Oh, is that
That's
right?
something
Was
I
I
love
confused?
to
Oh, okay.
um that's something I love to bring up. Let's look
Yeah,
at oh yeah, okay, so they were averaged +1 per game. So I didn't do this year, but basically looking at the distribution, you really need to be like beyond +1 to be like a standard deviation away.
I see.
I
Okay, very
think.
good.
I think that's what I remember. Like maybe they're at one standard deviation, something like that. But like, so we're gonna get to another team, Arizona, plus 1.3 turnovers per game. That's like two standard deviations away. You know
I
what I mean?
see.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
So
All right, I got
something
you.
like yeah. I did this for a couple of years. I didn't do this year, but I remember it was something like that. Like
Yeah.
quickly, very quickly, it doesn't become like statistically significant.
Okay. Okay then.
Like if you're ranked number 10 in turnover margin, in positive or negative turnover margin, like it doesn't matter anymore. It's not statistically significant.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right then. Well, it sounds like we think, yeah, the Texas Tech prices are pretty efficient. We do have differing opinions on how much Sorsby is doing to harm the game. I suspect. Well, first of all, I suspect betting handle is going to go down this year because of America's tax changes. But I guess if betting handle goes down, you'll be all like, "Well, Sorsby destroyed people's confidence or whatever." But I think it's fine. I'm looking forward to seeing the lad get back out there, and the haters to the left.
I have a feeling this podcast will be on Houston.
We probably will be because
Yeah.
the price is right.
Yeah,
But,
and
but
yeah,
before we
and
get
as
there,
and get effed in the A in the process.
now, well, look, we could always hedge it back at the end. Look, Brigham Young, though, before we get to Houston, Brigham Young is catching 6-1 to win the conference. My bad, 7-1 to win the conference. And I kind of feel like that would be something we would normally do, but for whatever reason, I don't think we want to do that, and I can't put my finger on it. Is it that we don't rate Bear Bachmeyer?
Um,
Because I don't actually believe in him. I've seen him win games, but I actually don't believe in him, and that's probably why I'm not like, let's do Brigham Young 7-1. Fuck Tech, but yeah.
yeah. I also don't feel 100% confident in BYU. I my general sense. I'm trying to look at their schedule
Yo,
from
you
last
know
year.
the defense is their defense is always at least solid. I feel like, but
Yeah,
they're probably gonna be fucking legit. They're returning 8 starters on defense. I bet you they're gonna be
my
legit.
my inclination,
Oh, and Kelly
which
Papinga's the DC now. Hell yes.
which I was right,
Packers, great Kelly Papinga. Go on.
is like they won a lot of close games, and yeah, like okay, um, Colorado, they won 24-21. They beat Arizona in double overtime. They beat Utah 24-21. That was a super close game. They went at Cincinnati, won 26-14. Like I'm just not, and they also did get teabagged twice by Texas Tech.
I mean, Texas
Um,
Tech was the class last year. It is what it is.
yeah, but anyway, I think this is a good team, but and I wouldn't be surprised if they were the conference championship. But there's a lot of decent teams in this conference, so that's why they're not really a horse I want to bet on. And like they play Utah, um, like Arizona, Arizona State. I don't think Baylor are going to be is going to be a bad team. TCU is a difficult team, especially at TCU. They do get a few teams that I think are going to be towards the bottom of the conference: Kansas, Iowa State, Cincinnati. But there's nothing that really just screams BYU to me. And yeah, I can't really put my finger on it either. I have
I
a
mean,
great fade spot
okay,
against BYU.
okay, go on.
And we're going to get to this team. This is a team, I got a best bet on this team. BYU, after playing Notre Dame at home, has to go on the road to South Florida in UCF, Central Florida, UCF.
Ooh,
Yes, October 24th.
ooh, that's unfortunate.
Yes. We'll get to the Knights. But, we generally like BYU. We bet on them, especially at home, especially at night. I don't really have the words for why 7-1 is not calling out to me.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting moment for us. I think I think it's because we didn't rate Bear Bachmeier. Bear Bachmeier, and also remember, he was not meant to be the quarterback. They had a
Yeah,
man who couldn't live under Mormon law, and
yeah.
then that's
Sharia
why.
law.
Well, white Sharia, Mormon law. Like, he
Yeah,
couldn't live under that, so he had to be exported out, right? That's what happened. Yeah, we don't really rate Bachmeier because they have the spine of the program is strong. Like NIL has not harmed BYU one little bit, which goes to show you that Romney's money is long. You can't fuck with him. The total's
yeah.
8.5, and let's just run through the schedule real quick. All right, we got FCS Utah Tech to start. Easy win, home to Arizona. I feel like they should win that easily. An early conference opener, but all the same, I think they should win that. At Colorado State, a win. At Texas Christian after the
Tough,
bye.
tough.
I mean, unfortunate going to Fort Worth. Easier to
Yeah,
host, but
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it could be tricky.
yeah.
Uh,
That could be a game where we're on BYU.
Depending.
Honestly, off the bye. Yeah, yeah.
Like
Depending, but
depending,
anyway.
yeah, like it could go either way, right? But yeah, it could, yeah. Then short week home to Iowa State. Better to host them than be on the road. Should be a down year for the Clones. They got a
It's a 10:15 Eastern too. It
ooh, that's
already
a good
says
point.
10:15 Eastern.
They're gonna
Yeah,
tear them to bits.
Ween.
Oh, they're gonna
Yeah,
tear them to
yeah, yeah,
bits.
yeah,
Yeah. All right. And then we get a little. Then that sets us up. The short week sets us up for a long week. Then we host the Irish. Big game. Like should lose, but at least cover.
big game.
Like and
We'll be
then
on BYU in that game. No,
most likely, because I mean, I assume the Irish are going to come in undefeated, so it's going
yeah,
to be fuck. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be like Irish -9 or something.
yeah.
Then at the Knights, yeah, going down to the bounce house after playing the Irish, not an ideal spot. Very easy to
Mm-mm.
lose that outright. Come back home, take care of Sparty on Halloween. They don't really celebrate Halloween though, because that's like Devil's holiday. They don't go for that. And then
Oh, you don't think the Skanks at Arizona State get dressed up like
what do
kittens?
you mean the Skanks? I'm talking about B. Brigham Young. Brigham Young is hosting the game. They're not. It's not going to be a big
Oh,
deal. It's
dang
just
it! I
another
thought it was
Saturday.
at Arizona
Yeah,
State.
yeah.
Oh,
It's just
yeah,
another
yeah, yeah,
Saturday for them.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
the next
Dang it!
Saturday, the Holy War. We're bringing back the Holy War. Even if Utah sucks this year, I bet you Utah's going to give them a good game. They're going to give them a good game in Salt Lake
Yeah,
City.
yeah.
Home to Baylor, winnable. At Kansas, winnable. Home to Cincy, winnable. Okay, I see 8.5 because they could totally win 9 games on this.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah, I see it. Like, probably the Holy War will be pivotal for the win total. But I think, yeah, all right, I like it. I would lean
Yeah,
over, but I guess it's not something you'd run out and bet, is it?
yeah. I mean, the tricky conference road games, we've got three: at TCU, at UCF, at Utah. But
Yeah,
we have like Iowa State. We think is going to be a layup, right? I think Cincinnati is going to be dog shit, and some of the teams that could be feisty: Arizona, Arizona State, Baylor, are all at home. So it is a pretty favorable schedule for them as well.
yeah, you know, it lines up nicely for them. Okay, all right. I guess no bet on the Cougars. We'll obviously be involved in them. You know why they're a great program to bet on? Because they're fucking professionals.
Yeah.
Week in, week out, they give you an effort. They're not as temperamental as your typical college team, and I think it has something to do with the Mormon mission. You know, like you got to go overseas and and proselytize.
Yeah, and also like they have a good pipeline of large Polynesian men.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
comeback from the missionaries. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you got to go to like Micronesia and shit and bring this big motherfucker back. That's how it works. It's a good system. And then that guy also eats great because before he was just eating fish. Now he's getting hamburgers, chicken tenders, etc.
You don't think they have Wendy's in Samoa?
You think so? They
Uh,
really have, is it like on The Simpsons when there was that fucking crusty burger on the oil rig?
okay, let's before I Google this, we're talking about Samoa, the independent nation state, not the territory of the United States, US Samoa, right?
Oh yeah, no, surely. Yeah, I meant the independent one, right?
Okay,
Surely.
not American Samoa. Okay,
Yeah.
is
Because
there?
I mean, because if there's an army base, there's a McDonald's, right? Isn't that the rule,
Yeah, probably.
basically? I'm thrilled with this. This is like absolutely batshit crazy to do in the middle of a college football discussion, but
Wait. Okay, I
also
gotta zoom out. I don't know if this is American Samoa or no. This is Samoa. So there is a McDonald's. Oh, it has a 3.6 on Google. There is a McDonald's in the city of Apia or Apia.
there's no way.
Yeah, there's
There,
a McDonald's.
there's no way that
Yeah,
those people are just living there, just typing shit onto the internet like the rest of us.
yeah.
No
It's
way.
it's it's right off of Vaea Street.
The doing fucking Google reviews. How pissed off was that guy to give them a 3 star? Like, God bless it.
Oh, look,
uh,
look. Well, today on May 3rd, all I ordered was a large Diet Coke with no ice and fries with no salt. I waited almost 30 minutes. You know,
yes, yes. He was so pissed. He was so pissed.
also, I see if this is a normal here at Samoa having a baby behind the counter. To me, that's a hazard because what if that baby got burned? Slippery and fall down.
Dying. That's
there,
hilarious.
there should be no baby behind fast food restaurants. That's it. So please, Moa, please work on your customer service. Safety first all the time.
Son of a gun. Son of a gun. No,
Food
this is
four,
why
food
AI
four,
can't.
service one, atmosphere three.
Atmosphere 3.
It was unsafe, but it was okay vibes.
Yeah, he wasn't still a chill McDonald's. I just thought the baby was in danger. Oh my god. That was a little bit of a gem there. That was I'm glad you found
A
that.
slippery fall down.
I mean, they got a lot of oils and stuff.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'm also impressed that you can order the fries no salt there. Because I bet you that's actually impossible at a normal McDonald's.
No, you can. Apparently, that's the hack. Like that, they have to make a fresh batch for you. That's how you make sure that your fries aren't stale.
Oh, they'll do that for
That's like a
real?
known hack. Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right. Smooth move, I guess. I mean,
Hmm.
well, you also will have them unsalted, so that's ridiculous. You'll be walking around with fucking salt packets. What are you, nuts?
Yeah.
Anyway. All right.
Okay.
All
So
right.
who do we got
All right. Very
next
good.
after B?
Oh, wait.
Oh,
We
very
should.
good.
We shouldn't. We shouldn't skip to Houston. We shouldn't skip to Houston.
It's gotta
No,
be good.
I like the guy was pissed. He like this. I waited 30 minutes.
And there was a fucking baby behind the
There
counter.
was a baby.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's do Utah 9-1 and then K State 14-1 in between us and our guys. All right, let's take them in order. The Utes are in transition. I'm surprised they're 9-1. Like I really feel like the market is having a laugh with this price. I wish I could take the no. Um,
Yeah.
they got so they did promote from within. Scally, the new coach, did work for Whittingham, so that's cool. And Dampier returns because Whittingham had enough sense not to take that motherfucker to Michigan. He's just a worse Underwood, right? So why would you take him?
Yeah.
Um, and I think the market is like doing a little copy paste job with their pricing on this team. Like the Utah Utes should not be rated over fucking Houston. Like I don't know how Houston's 20-1 and the Utes is 9-1. That's ridiculous. Like honestly, I don't know how freaking Oklahoma State is 30-1 and the Utes is 9-1. Like Utah should be down where the Pokes are.
Yeah. They lost, easily a top 10 coach in college football.
The longest tenured, or rather the second longest tenured, right behind Ferentz. But yeah, he had been there for like 28 years or some shit.
And they basically like lost their entire offensive line.
Understandably,
Two offensive linemen
he
drafted
took.
in the first round.
He did. Yeah, I thought he took two with him to Michigan, didn't he?
Oh, really? Okay, I just knew. I thought that
But okay, yeah.
none of them returned.
There we go. Exactly. Yeah, the
So
good guys are gone. We got other guys.
and the offensive line coach that's been there forever is also gone.
This is going to be a weak Utes team.
Yeah.
What it's going to be.
This is a rebuild. This is a rebuild year.
This is going to be a weak Utes team. Let me double check this win total here because I bet you we could. Because if the market's saying 9-1, I bet you we can find a good win total here. Oh fuck yes! Under 8.5 is plus money. That's the best bet of the pod.
Okay,
actually, let's see their schedule real quick. Do they have an easy schedule?
So I'm looking for a friend with the UCF win total. So let's I wanted to discuss finding a friend.
All right, here we go.
So if we get plus money here, hold on.
Yeah, it's under 8.5 is plus 106, over 8.5 minus 130 on FanDuel. All right, so the home Idaho should beat the Vandals surely.
Yeah.
Home to Arkansas, quite
10:15 p.m. at night in altitude.
Granted, it's a bad spot for the Hogs.
It's a bad spot.
Home to the Utah State Aggies, you should beat them. At Iowa State, quite winnable. Damn it, they could go over. Home to Kansas, quite winnable. At Colorado, quite winnable. God damn.
Yeah, you have a handful of games here. So Iowa State, Kansas, Colorado, Cincinnati. I think it's going to be really bad. We'll get there. I think Arizona is going to regress, but I think they're probably middle of the pack team. West Virginia probably will improve, but still at home at night, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, this is okay. The schedule gets tougher for them on the back half, but they very easily can start 6-0.
Yeah,
which is going to make it hard to keep them under 9 wins.
Yeah. The BYU at Arizona at TCU is really difficult.
Yeah,
but they get Houston at home. It's actually a favorable schedule for them.
It's doable. I mean, I like visiting Cincinnati. I'd prefer to do that.
You don't think they'll be a favorite versus Arkansas at home? They'd be a favorite in that game.
I mean, I'm leaning to the Hogs in that spot, but it's like I hate the late kickoff. But I mean, I expect the Hogs to be the better team, certainly to be the tougher team.
If again, so just taking the 3-year average of power ratings and using
I'm throwing Whittingham out. This guy Scally.
I know. I'm just telling you.
Power rating is 0.
Here's what I'm saying is just using the power rating of this program versus Arkansas of the last 3 years and using 3 points for home field. Utah's a 10.5 point favorite. Just using but that probably won't be the case, right? I'm just saying it's the average of the power ratings. That's all.
We're gonna be singing the Suey song is what we're gonna be doing. That's
It's a
gonna be a big.
bad spot for Arkansas.
But I mean, Utah is weak, and they're gonna be trying to tell me I could take 7 with the
You,
Hogs.
you
My
know who
ass.
you know who they play after Utah? The Bulldogs of Georgia, not of Mississippi State.
Oh,
That's a bad spot for the
that's
Hogs, dude.
that's
That's a
well.
bad
That's all right.
spot for
Fine,
the
fine,
Hogs.
fine. All right, fine. We can't get under the Utes total necessarily. I can see why it's
Mm-mm.
plus money now.
Yeah,
That's frustrating because I think this team is going to struggle. I'll be damned if they win the conference. I'll tell you that right now.
yeah. Yes, I
That's
agree.
yeah. All right then. And then K State, likewise, 14-1. Um, they're changing head coaches. What happened to Kleiman?
He retired.
He quit football.
Yeah, it's Colin Klein now.
It's Colin Klein. All right, so they promoted from within. All right, so that's cool. Did they bring back the quarterback Avery Johnson? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we brought back Colin Klein. We brought the quarterback. So we got this. We got the basis here. Not okay. Not a lot of returning production on defense. Defensive. Let's call this a defensive reset. Let's just call it a reset. K State 8.5 on the win totals. A little juice to the under. -18 to the under. I don't know how to feel about this. First of all, I didn't realize Kleiman retired because usually my whole thing is don't fuck with Kleiman because he always fucks back. But I don't know. Maybe we could fuck with Colin Klein. No, fuck them.
Let's go into the time machine. Going all the way back to March 18th at 1:02 p.m. Eastern. I texted you. Made my first college football bet for the 26-27 season. Kansas State to win the Big 12 at 22-1.
I'm sure I thought Kleiman was the coach at that time.
Doesn't matter. I texted you on March 22-1. We're at 14-1 now. And I'll give you the justification that I wrote in the text. They were the favorite pre-flop last year. Lost 5 one-score games last year. Don't play Texas Tech, Utah, or BYU. And that argument still holds up. I don't know if I'd bet them at 14-1, but I love my 22-1 bet.
That's okay. I mean,
I
I'm gonna
love
say,
my 22
I'm
to
gonna
1.
say, the percentage difference between like plus 4, like 14-1 and 22-1 is probably not that huge, right? But I mean, but it is a real,
It's
it is a
important for my
real
bankroll.
edge. Yeah, it's a real edge, though. It is a real edge.
I mean, within conference, Cincinnati, again, we'll get to them, I think will be dog shit. Colorado, at LSU, whatever, but definitely one of the weaker teams. Iowa State, total rebuild. Oklahoma State will be better, but I mean, still, there's a lot of work to be done there. Kansas, I think, will be bad. The most difficult teams, I think, here are the best teams are Arizona and Houston. That's at home. At Arizona State, at TCU are difficult, but I don't know. Those are probably all within 3.
I mean, they have a favorable setup.
Yeah, look at the non-con.
I mean,
Nichols, Wazoo, who's on their 3rd rebuild in a row. Tulane, new coach.
they could easily start 3-0. They could easily start 3-0. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I agree. I don't know. I still would want to take the under, but I said the under is juiced anyway, so it's not even worth it. But this could work out not terribly for them. You're right. It could be not terrible.
There was Heisman hype for Avery Johnson last year.
I mean,
They
the
went to Ireland, and his family got into a drunken brawl, and then the season fell apart.
I mean,
They won. They lost that one score game versus Iowa State, and then the season fell apart.
look, we said we didn't like Utah because they bring in a whole new offensive line. I also don't love it when you bring in a whole new defensive backfield. So like, we're gonna see what kind of pass defense the Wildcats have because it might be horrible. You know what I mean? Like we can't like, but if they come together, you're right. They got a quarterback they could ride, and they have a schedule they could manage. There's every
Yeah.
reason to think they could get to the conference championship, and then you're feeling really good with a 22-1 ticket in pocket.
Yes.
Um,
Exactly.
like now, oh wait, they were one of the turnover luck teams last year. They were plus 11.
Yes.
How do you not win your how do you break even if you plus 11 in turnovers? They were 6-6 last year. How are you gonna be 6-6 and break even in turnovers? That's crazy.
So I think the reason why is I watched that Kansas State game. I think Kansas State turned over the ball 348 times.
Okay, okay. We had one really bad outing in the Sunflower Showdown. All right, that makes sense. Okay, then. All right, now we can get the team everyone loves, the really good bet. We're talking about the Houston Cougars. They are 20-1 to win the conference, 7.5 on the win total. Although that's juiced way over. So really, let's just call it 8. The Cougs feel like they're the good betting side because like Willie Fritz arrived and it kind of worked out for them, and like they're gonna bring back Wegman, like so Willie likes him, and like the Big 12 is always the chaos conference anyway. They only got to worry about Tech above them, who we talked about that season can go a lot of different ways for them. Now, anyway, 20-1 on Coach Fritz's side is attractive, um, and yeah, that was gonna be the long shot I underlined.
So I think it would be better to bet them. So the game versus Texas Tech is early in the season. um, I think it'd be better to bet them after they lose versus Texas Tech.
What if they beat them?
Well, they just put it on the money line.
Put what on the money line?
You bet Houston money line, and then if they lose, you bet Houston to win the conference.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right. Oh, I see. Yeah. Hold off on it until, just try to get them to snatch a road upset.
Yeah,
And then, I mean, they are going to be reasonably priced against, right? It's probably going to be like at least plus 300 on the road
yeah,
at Texas Tech,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah, and like if they're gonna be in the conversation to win the conference, like they can't have more than 3 losses within conference. So they really have to, you know, it, that Texas Tech is not a must win, but it's basically a must win. Like they you can't slip up anywhere else, and there are potential slip ups in this schedule. You know,
the road schedule is rugged. They
yeah,
go to Little Apple, they go to Salt Lake City, they go to Boulder, and they go to Morgantown at the end of November, which
yeah.
could be an unfortunate weather situation easily. Um, the road schedule is not ideal. Oh, not the end. They end versus Baylor, but yeah, the next to last week at Morgantown, coming off a trip to Boulder. Not
I think
great.
this is a team that we should be betting on week to week.
We got
Willie's
to
a
pick our
really good.
spots though,
Yeah,
because like
yeah, yeah.
also that
Willie's a
honestly
good coach.
we should he is because he took that team last year and immediately paid dividends. He's solid. I gotta respect him. It, yeah, we'll probably just try to be in the Cougars business versus Tech, I suppose.
Yeah.
I like that 20-1 call though, because that's a juicy number. And like when you look at the
Mm.
other teams in the conference ahead of them, you're like, fuck that. Like I mean, 100% takes Texas 20-1. Before I took fucking Brigham Young 7-1. Love that 21 before I took someone ridiculous. Like, are you getting Baylor 40-1? Eat my ass. You serious? Why get UCF 50-1? No way. Nah, give me the Cougars. Give me the Cougars all day if you're like listen to menu like that. I mean, Wegman doesn't have to be that good to win them the conference, by the way. He does not have to be, the prince that was promised.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, I mean, he just has to not throw them out of the game, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time Willie Fritz made a run?
What do you mean?
It was with Tulane. Yeah. It was with Tulane.
Yes.
Whatever happened to Pratt? Did he get drafted?
I have a feeling he was not drafted, I don't believe.
He didn't, right? Yeah.
I think he's in the CFL.
You see, there we go. So Willie's done. Yeah, he knows how to do more with less. Like, because Wegman ain't exactly some kind of fucking prospect.
No, he was a 7th round pick. Oh no, he is playing for the St. Louis Battlehawks in the UFL.
That's. I hope they don't allow gambling on that, because I feel like that is something.
Oh, they do.
Primed to be rigged. Like those
Oh,
guys
they do.
those guys are getting paid like $500 in a meal voucher. Like they are easily bribed. Okay. Okay. At all events, I can see. Yeah. And also you got to price in a little improvement for Wegman too, right? Because he's got to get a little better because it's second year in the system.
Yeah. Yeah.
He ran the ball 171 times last year. I didn't realize that. He had a lot of rushing attempts.
Yeah, I think we're going to be in the Cougars business. These Cougars.
Yeah. This is a good time to be a Houston fan. Like,
I think in general we are usually in the Cougars business. BYU, Wazoo. I think we're usually in the Cougars business, but I think we need to add these Cougars to our Cougar portfolio.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I feel like I haven't liked Houston for years now.
Since the De'Aaron King era.
Yeah, it's been a long time, so I like Houston. But okay, yes, we're all Cougars all the time. Let's do it. I think we should give out the 20-1 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like because also compare it. Yeah, let's just compare it straight up. Texas Christian 22-1, Arizona 25-1. You telling me you would take either of those tickets over this one? Really?
Not TCU because they play BYU, Utah, Kansas State, Texas Tech.
Okay,
right. This, I think there's a major schedule advantages and disadvantages in this conference. And like Baylor's been bad, but they get the kid from Florida who has some upside, But Baylor plays Texas Tech, TCU, BYU.
I mean, when was Fifita really good last year?
Oh, Arizona is on my shit list.
Arizona
is on my fraud alert list.
Yeah, like it's like he passes a lot, but it's a whole lot of nothing. This team.
Yeah, so Arizona is on fraud watch. Okay, so let's talk about the Wildcats on fraud watch. Okay, Kansas State game won that one score game. That was a one score game. Kansas one score game. Cincinnati one score game. Okay, teams that they beat. Kansas State didn't go to a bowl game. They declined a bowl invite, but that's how bad their season was. They weren't in the mental headspace. Okay. Other teams. Cincinnati went to a bowl. Arizona State, I guess, went to a bowl. But maybe I'm not really actually putting together a strong case. I just feel like this is a super fucking fraudulent team. I think they're on fraud alert.
Wait a minute. That's right. They were one of the teams you had highlighted on the turnovers. Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's right.
They were plus 18 in turnovers.
Right. Yes,
yeah, that's right.
They were number 2 in the country at averaging 1.3 turnovers per game.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That was one of the reasons. Thank you. But in the Yeah, so I think they're on major fraud alert.
Yeah, they're going to have turnover regression. They're at best going to be math on the line of scrimmage. They might get owned. Like Fafita sacks could easily go up than down, and they also might generate fewer sacks than last year, like going both ways. The Arizona's vulnerable. Yeah, don't trust this team one bit. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
fraud watch. That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
And
Like,
they play Utah, BYU, Texas Tech, Kansas State. And again, TCU. I mean, the thing is, like, to me, TCU and Baylor, I have no idea. Like, I don't know if these are teams that are going to miss a bowl game or win 9 games. Like, I just have no idea about these two teams.
I mean, okay, the Wildcats, they go on the road to Brigham Young. That's very tough. And they visit Texas Tech on Halloween. Not ideal. But other than that, they host Texas Christian. You know,
Sure, but
like,
still, but I'm just saying that they play, arguably the four most difficult teams in this conference,
okay, I guess I see what you're
right?
saying.
And
Right?
then
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
and then you're playing, TCU. I don't really know what they're going to be like. Arizona State, like Dillingham's a good coach, but what are they going to be like with Levitt? I just don't know, right? So
Oh yeah,
there's the I just don't know how good, and that's a rivalry game. I just don't know
yeah,
how good those two teams are going to be.
yeah. No, I
Like,
mean, yeah, you can. Yeah, well, you know what they say about rivalry week. We're gonna throw out the statistics anyway.
yeah,
But okay, they also visit Pullman. Um, they have some tough road games. They have some tough road games this year. What were they on the win total? 7.5 on the win total, but that's juiced way under. Let's just go ahead and call that 7. Um, and 7 wins, it might be a lift for them. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would sooner go under than over that too. Right?
yeah. Frankly, I've said my piece with Baylor and TCU. I have no idea what these teams are going to be like.
I've said
Um,
my piece
I mean,
with
yeah, I have
Baylor.
absolutely no idea. I think I have no idea who these teams are going to be. I
I
have no
mean,
confidence in Aranda. I don't have confidence in Sonny Dykes anymore. I have no idea.
okay. Well, to be fair, let's be fair to Sonny Dykes. His team is lined way closer. Dave Aranda's side is 40-1. The Texas Christian's 22-1. But I mean, I do agree Texas Christian should be priced down by Baylor. Those teams are closer in quality
Yes.
than
Yes.
the market is saying. I don't know what to think of this Jaden Craig, the quarterback transfer. But Sonny has brought in a transfer he likes. He also sacked his OCs, bringing in a new OC. And by the way, I thought he called the plays, but evidently not. Whatever. Um, he's got some continuity on both sides of the ball, bringing back most of his offensive lines. So that's nice. But I don't know. The team wasn't. What were they last year? 9-win team last year.
Something like that.
Yeah, they were 9-win team last year,
9 or
5-4 in
8
the
win team.
conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, they are
They're
going to
feisty.
work hard to match that. They're going to work hard to
They're
match that.
feisty, but
They are.
they're feisty, but I can't guarantee. Like, I feel like anytime that I back TCU, like, they shit the bed, and anytime I fade TCU, I shit the bed.
They've been a frustrating team.
They're
Um,
a very difficult
it
team. Yeah,
was it was, I
like,
mean, a part of it was that having a furry under center was changing the dynamic of the team. I feel
yeah,
like
made everyone too horny.
like I'm glad
They
Hoover has
lost
moved on
focus.
in that
Yeah.
sense. Although he might be more talented than Craig. Texas Christian, well, they have a gentle start to the schedule. Home to Bill Belichick's North Carolina. Then home to,
That's in Ireland.
oh, my bad. That's overseas. My bad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They will fly across the sea. Well, we're not count. Listen, that's going to be a sightseeing trip for the coach and his wife. So it's going to be. I think Sonny's going to be the harder working coach on the trip at any rate. UNC in Dublin,
That's right.
home home to FCS Grambling, home to Arkansas State, at UCF. No one loves that. Home to Brigham Young. Tough game. Bye week at Baylor. Oh, who won this meeting last year? I always like to know who's on revenge. Whatever, I'm not looking up now. That's always a good game though. Texas Christian and Baylor is always a good game.
TCU won, but it was 42-36.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's always a good game. Yeah, they play close every time. Home to West Virginia, home to Kansas. I expect them to win those. At Zona, home to K State, which is always, there's another game that's always crazy. K State,
Yeah.
Texas Christian, home to Utah, and then at Texas Tech to end the season out. So Utah could be either strong or weak, and then at Texas Tech, tough way to finish the season. Hey, there's no iron skillets.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bullshit. Oh,
Yeah.
that's bullshit. Why did you see they fucked everything up with these? They should have left the conferences alone. Whatever. All right. That's always a good game. It's always a good game too. You see 8 wins? I could see 8 wins.
The problem is, to me, at UCF, okay, the only games that are winnable, I would bank are winnable, are home to West Virginia, home to Kansas, within conference.
Right.
That's the problem, is that all these games are losable.
Yeah,
for a
fair.
team of TCU's caliber, and that is not that racks consistency.
That's very fair. I mean, and also Sonny is not a disciplinarian, so
he racks a discipline.
He does rack discipline, and the wheels could come off of a Horned Frog season. I think Sonny was the coach who said that he should learn how to gamble and then figure out which games to cover, which games to not cover.
You don't like to hear that. You don't like to hear that.
I was like, yo, I'm not sure that's how that works.
You don't like to hear that.
I mean, look, he was outraged at the injunction, same as you were. Well, all right, you know what? Let's go ahead and we'll take Arizona in turn. Arizona State lined close to each other, 25-1, 27-1, respectively. And I would probably say, 6-1, half a dozen to the other. I guess I should like Arizona a little bit better because they returned their quarterback, right? But you know, Dillingham's a better coach.
He's a good coach.
Yeah, you know, he is.
He's a good coach. Yeah.
So it's like, I could.
Do we know who Arizona State's quarterback is?
So I'm seeing a guy called Cutter Boley is leading.
Oh, he was he was at Kentucky last year.
Okay, sorry. So we got a Kentucky transfer who is the clubhouse leader. He is the presumptive QB1.
Not bad. I mean, so they play Kansas State, BYU, Texas Tech, which is not great, but like Kansas, who knows what's going to happen with Kansas? Arizona, we think they're on fraud alert. Colorado, Baylor, Oklahoma State, you know. So there's a couple winnable games here, but I think they have a low ceiling, high floor kind of team, especially because they play Texas A&M. You know.
Oh yeah, that definitely brings the ceiling down. The road games, it's tough. It's tough that they have A&M, but then they have to visit Tech. They have to visit Brigham Young. They have to visit UCF, and then this year the Territorial Cup is on the road. In Tucson. That's not ideal for Coach Dillingham's side. The road schedule is rough. Was Cutter Boley passable last year? Because I feel like Kentucky sucked last year.
Kentucky sucked. He's not good. But he's not dog shit. He's average. Okay. He's average, and that was his first year as a starter. So,
I mean, and they threw him into the deep end of the Southeastern Conference. So
yeah, exactly.
So I guess fair enough. Okay. So he could step up a little bit this year. Dillingham's a good coach. You know, All right, you know what? What's the win total for Sparky here? Because we could get behind Sparky maybe 6.5 is the win total, and we find 7 wins on the schedule. Home to FCS Morgan State, that's one of them. Lose at A&M. Hopefully, don't get beat up too bad. Home to Kansas, that's very winnable. Home to Baylor, tough game. Home to Hawaii, better to be home to Hawaii than going to the island.
Yeah.
Can these guys start 3-2 right here? They might have to start 4-1 though, because then they go at Tech, home K-State, at Brigham Young. Could
The
easily
problem,
lose all 3 of those.
what you don't want to do for if you want to be taking the teams over, we assume that at Texas A&M, at BYU, at Texas Tech are losses. So we already have to take 3 games off the board. I don't want to be betting. I don't want to be betting on that.
For real. Yeah, that's true. It's hard to believe that they're gonna fucking win those games.
No.
Okay, fair enough. They're gonna miss Levitt though. They're gonna miss Levitt.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for Sparky. I wouldn't bet on Arizona either. Yeah, that's fair. Okay then. All right then. I guess we can press ahead. How many bets have we given out? I feel like I guess we gave out the Cougars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I feel like we've been doing these conferences and we don't give out enough bets.
Well, I got a bet in the pipe.
Oh, okay, good. All right then. All right, we'll keep it rolling. All right, next up, who's next in these odds here? Conference winners. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, the Pokes. Yes, the Pokes 30-1, and then Kansas 35-1. All right, the Pokes. They are a program in transition. All right, because
Mm-hmm.
they're bringing in who they bring in, the coach from North Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they also bring in that entire squad. Like you're coming from the American to the Big 12, but
oh my God, he brought Mestamaker. You're
yeah.
kidding? You're shitting me. That's their plan.
Yeah, that's their plan.
They should be the lowest rated team in the conference. I can't believe they're in the middle of the pack. They should be down where fucking Deion Sanders is. Get the fuck out of here. They're 30-1. They should be 1,000-1. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be probably better to bet Mestamaker to win the Heisman. Right.
First of
So
all, they did not list that probability.
I'm sure they did. It'd be better to bet Mestamaker to win the Heisman. Because like
that
if
would
they
actually have to be at 1,000-1.
yeah, if they're like anywhere close to an 8 or 9 win team, like huge bounce back, like and Mestamaker threw all over the yard last year. Like and anyway,
for the mean green.
I understand. Yeah, versus like Temple's defense, I understand. That was also his first year ever as a starting QB. He never started as a QB in high school.
Get the fuck. Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
actually, then I guess you are allowed to be bullish on him. Because he's like learning a lot. He's like way down on his learning curve.
Yeah.
Like,
So, like,
way down. Like,
their
that was his
hardest.
first time he said that. How did he? Amazing. Okay, amazing.
Yeah,
Love
exactly.
it. Go on. Yeah.
So, they have the Red Raiders, but it's at home. And then, I mean, at K State is difficult, but that's a pretty doable conference schedule. You know?
Yeah. I mean, if we are going to start with the concept that Mestamaker is going to be competitive, then I guess that is the concept the market's starting with. That's why they're 30-1. Like the market thinks there's a real off chance for this team. I find that hard to believe.
I bet them at 30. I bet them at 35-1. Just because, like, this is the worst. That was the worst Oklahoma State team. So I was collecting this data since 2017. This was
by
far the worst team.
No, Coach Gundy lost the plot. Like he let go of the rope and the team let go of the rope. And that's what that was. It was an absolute collapse last year.
Yeah.
They won just the one game, right? Yeah, they were 1-11 last year. They were a disaster.
So, and I might be on Oklahoma State a bunch this year.
Yo, you're gonna be like alone and head to head some of the times.
Yeah,
Talking about
yeah,
home to Oregon, at Morgantown, at Houston. Yo, I'm gonna give you this though. Mestamaker's they are 31 to win the conference. Mestamaker's 80 to 1 to win the Heisman. I'm like, that's ridiculous. These
yeah. That's
scumbags
ridiculous.
80 to 1. But but if he were 300 to 1, you have sold me. I
Yeah,
would take a 300 to 1 ticket on this motherfucker. It could happen. They, I'll tell you what. I tell you what. If he he's gonna have some showdown spots. Yeah, he would play Tech at home, at Houston, home to Oregon. Like you play well in those games, he would attract a lot of attention though.
yeah.
Like, all right,
Where are we off to next?
Kansas 35 to 1. I don't know
This
what's going
team
on
is
with the
no.
Jayhawks.
This team has only been good. I think people like talk about Lance Leipold, blah blah blah. This team has only been good with Jalen Daniels as quarterback. That
Yeah,
and yeah, they put that guy put the fucking team on his back. Like not a very accurate quarterback, but can just get first downs.
yeah.
And
No,
he's
he was
gone.
like the definitional college
He's
quarterback, Jalen Daniels.
yeah,
Like
and
he's
he's
really good
gone.
at that level, but yeah, couldn't be a pro.
And where do we think NIL is going to at Kansas? The basketball program or football?
I mean, the marginal dollar surely goes to Coach Southside.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I think that this is going to be a reversal. I think Kansas is going to slide to the bottom of the conference like it has been in the past. I think the past 2 or 3 years of being cromulent is an anomaly.
He did well at Buffalo when his back was to the wall. But
Dude,
the MAC was
they
much
had the
weaker.
leading Jared Patterson. They had the leading rusher in college
Yeah,
football.
but he never went to the pros. So it wasn't like Patterson was a cheat code. You know what I mean? Like a
He
part
was
of
a
that
cheat code in
was
the MAC.
But a part of that was like his scheme. He's a good coach too. It's not just that he had the jocks. Like, because like I would accept that if Patterson in the NFL, I'd be like, oh yeah, he had a beast and he rode him. But no, Coach Leopold, he helped. He was a part of it.
Okay, fine,
Um,
but we're in a new era, and like
yes,
money is going to the basketball program, not the football program. If we look at the teams in this conference, where do we think the money's going? Arizona. At Arizona, football or basketball? Maybe 50-50, right?
I mean, yeah, I would think Tucson would try to support both. I don't think
Arizona,
Tucson's basketball strong.
Arizona State, football. Baylor, football.
Well, State has less money than Tucson, though.
Doesn't
Tempe's
matter.
poorer.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm
Arizona
just
State.
saying.
Arizona State, football. Baylor, football. BYU, football.
Romney's money
Cincinnati,
is long. Romney supports the
doesn't
basketball
matter.
team too.
I
Romney,
understand,
yeah, he
but where do you
supports
think
both.
the majority of the money is going?
I'm
Cincinnati.
saying they don't have a marginal dollar problem. Like not every school. There's not a question of every school like deciding to. Every program is fully funded. Is my point. At some schools.
Cincinnati, football. Colorado, football. Who knows? Houston, it might be basketball.
I mean, Fertitta backs everyone up here.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not poor.
Iowa State, football.
Sure.
Kansas State, football.
Basketball, surely. Oh, Kansas State, yeah, the Wildcats, surely
Yes.
football. Yeah, yeah.
Oklahoma State, football. TCU, football. Texas Tech, football. UCF, football. Utah.
It's my understanding Texas Tech has invested a lot in their basketball program. I wouldn't
Yeah,
jump to that
they've had,
conclusion.
but
Like,
Utah
as I
football.
recall, their NIL spending was like, top 10 in the tournament, as I recall.
I
They were one
I
of the
wouldn't be
priciest
surprised,
squads.
but still, like
Um,
where's the bread buttered?
I'm, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, not every program has that problem. Some programs are just fully funded across the board. Like,
Fine,
you know
fine.
what I
I'm
mean?
willing to accept that. But what I will say is like this is a much more football centric conference than like even the Big Ten.
I mean, well, that's the thing, right? Is that like when you start talking about Sparty, like even Sparty, they have a large base of of donors coming trying to fill in and trying to get a good team together.
Yeah.
I guess they're probably more of a basketball school, granted,
Yeah.
but but they used to be both. Sparty used to be both. And then of course Michigan and Ohio State are just awash in cash. Like they take
Yeah.
care of business everywhere, you know. Like
Purdue. I mean, now Indiana in both,
I mean Indiana in both now, but yeah, they're
but
hearts in basketball, of
yeah.
course, right?
Yes.
I guess yeah, no, that's fair, right? Because also Penn State's a football school. Yeah, Penn State doesn't
Yeah.
invest in basketball. Um, Rutgers
Like
doesn't
the old
invest
Big
in
Ten
anything.
West.
Rutgers is
No.
gonna
No.
collapse.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I think this is it's certainly the A versus the ACC. The SEC is kind of all over the place. They're investing in everything simultaneously.
Actually, that's what
But
we should
anyway,
do. Is one of these days we should separate out the programs that have like the sugar daddy, because like
yeah,
Fertitta will take care of the Cougars. Like even if they spent all their money in a retarded way, he'll just be like, okay, bail out. Ditto for like Phil Knight in Oregon, right? Like if Lanning just picked the entirely wrong defensive line, they would just eat the cost and get new guys, right? Like
yeah,
it'd be fine, like and
yeah,
so forth. Like we should separate that out because that is true. These programs are operating at wildly different levels of financial precarity.
yeah. So anyway, yeah. So
Yeah,
this is a program that I think the past few years were an anomaly, and it's time to we're heading we're regressing to the mean here.
stop hating on Coach Leopold. He's a good coach. But they also might lose a fuck ton of games. Win total 5.5 juiced over those, sir. So I will tell you the market expects the Jayhawks to go bowling. I'm not sure about that personally, but their schedule does start off with some wins. So they at least got that going. Like we start off with a win against one win against Long Island University. And then we're home to Mizzou. Not great. Then we're home to Sparky. No, neutral site against Sparky. I'm not sure what that is. Home to Middle Tennessee State. Okay, so if you go 2-2 at the start, you go to Utah, you go to Little Apple, home Baylor, at Texas Christian. And that's the rest of your October right there. 3 of 4 road games, very losable. All right, I see what you mean. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
You know
Home
what?
UCF at West Virginia, home Brigham Young at Oklahoma State. It's a tough one. All right, fair enough.
You know what my hot take is?
Mm.
I think the greatest American dish is chick brock.
I'm surprised that you don't prefer orange chicken.
No. I don't really trust the like lightly fried Chinese chicken. The sesame chicken, the General Tso's, I don't really like it that much.
You don't. Oh, you don't think they'll cook? You think they'll give them to you raw? I think those pieces are
No, I don't like the
pre-cooked.
texture. I don't like the texture.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, they are, of course, pucks of gristle, so it's not an ideal. It's not an ideal thing to eat. But we put the sauce on it, and then we like it.
Mm.
Chick brock. I feel like chick brock is a very East Coast dish. I feel like people outside of New York, Boston wouldn't order it that often.
What do you think they're ordering? General Tso's?
Yeah,
Cream
exactly.
chicken?
General Tso's and orange chicken.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I imagine is the modal order. I'm sure Kung Pao's up there too. But yeah,
That's true.
yeah, that's what I think the modal orders are. I guess when I go to Panda, I usually get what do I get? I get the sesame chicken, don't I? Or do I?
I
No,
would
I get.
imagine the modal order is lo mein or fried rice, actually.
Well, that's your base, right? The rice or lo mein's your base, and then you put a protein on top of it.
Yes, but if you had like what's my favorite dish to order from Chinese food, it would be lo
Sure.
mein or fried rice.
Yeah, because everyone, because well, every order, if you're only going to get a thing of noodles with every order, right? Yeah, for sure. Well, all right. Back to the Big 12 here. Who else we got here? We got Baylor 40-1, West Virginia 50-1, Central Florida 50-1. Oh yeah, 6-1, half a dozen of the other. I'm surprised they brought back Aranda. Aranda must be a persuasive interviewer. I thought he was for sure gonna leave after that time. He had a press conference, and then he said the key to coaching. It's like that scene in fucking Wolf of Wall Street where you go, one of us, one of us.
Oh God.
You gotta get them kids to buy in, even though you're gonna fire them. And I was like, bro, should you be saying all of this? Like, are you done with coaching? So he came back anyway. Jake Spavital calling the offense. Lagway,
Yeah, they
the
got the kid from
transfer
Florida.
from Florida. We always thought he was a proper athlete.
Yeah, exactly.
And well, so it looks like Aranda's betting the house on this kid because the rest of the team is not high level. That's where we're at. What do you think? What do you think of the Baylor Bears?
I have absolutely no clue. I don't think we can say Aranda's a good coach anymore. We should think that he's a good defensive mind. That's
Mm,
been proven to be untrue.
mm. I do feel like he's done not great. I feel like
If Lagway was good, he wouldn't be at Baylor. You know.
that Florida would have kept him if he
Yeah, I
were
think we
good.
need to read market signals here. Not
Like
only if Florida would have kept him, like he could be in the Big Ten or the SEC someplace. He's at Baylor, a bad or a below average Big 12 team.
yeah. Um, okay. Oh, but Baylor, the flip side of the turnover tables, they were at
Mm-hmm.
net minus 13 turnovers last year. Although I
Yes.
guess you would say that's within one SD, but still in all, they can
It's
bounce
actually
back a
not.
little bit. Oh, that's not okay. Good.
Yes, it is the second worst average turnover margin per game.
All right, so we can do a little bit better than that. So that's a
Yes.
good start. Um, let's have a quick look at their schedule here. Home to Auburn, that sucks. Home to FCS Prairie View, love that. Home to La Tech, don't screw the pooch. Home to Colorado. Hey, you could start 3-1, Coach Aranda. You could start 3-1. At Sparky, winnable. Home to Texas Christian, always a fucking slot fight. At can't I should have said slap fight. Slap fight. At Lawrence, Kansas. At the bounce house on a short week. Hate that. Home to the Cyclones. Very doable. At the Brigham Young. Rawr, not ideal. Home to Texas Tech. Not ideal. At the Cougars of Houston in what will be a big game. The schedule started really doable, but then it ended in a rather
What's the win
rugged
total?
manner. Oh, my bad. The win total is 6.5, juice to the under. Understandably, yeah.
Six and a
Let's.
half is a lot.
Well, I mean, 6 is going to be a lot, but this team is going to struggle to go bowling. Oh my god, this team is going to have to win an upset to go bowling, right? Because they are not favored in 6 of these games, are they?
Okay, so looking at the averages, blah 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 blah. They're favored versus Prairie View, A&M, and home to Colorado. That's it.
What do you mean they ain't favored home to La Tech? They're favored home to La Tech.
Oh wait. Are they not playing SMU?
No Southern
Oh,
Math.
that
Do
got
they usually
rescheduled.
play Southern Math? Oh,
Oh
okay.
no, I think that got changed. So they'd be a favorite for first La Tech. So they're a favorite in 3 games.
I see. Okay. Very good. That.
6.5. Okay, I think we might have found a friend for one bet I want to give out. What's the pricing at 6.5?
So the juice on the under is minus 180,
Okay.
which is understandable because they are going to have a hell of a lift to get to 6. So how the fuck are they going to get to 7?
Don't love that. Don't love that. Don't love the minus 180. Don't love that.
Well, I mean that's how it works. That's how the markets work. The markets don't want to give it to you too easy.
Don't love that.
Anyway, all right then. We'll keep it pushing here in the Big 12. Talking about the West Virginia Mountaineers at 50-1. Um, we've got this is the second Rich Rod era, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
so we are building, continuing
Year
to
2.
build.
Year 2.
And I suspect we're just going to continue building, aren't we? Because we are not going to we're not going to get it right this year either. We turned over the whole roster a second time, and we'll see how it goes. Okay,
They
we're
brought in the
bringing
running
back
back from
Fox under center. That's not
yeah,
terrible.
and they brought in the running back from Jacksonville State, who's fantastic.
Okay, I'm sure Rich Rod loves him, right? Bringing him over. Okay, so there we go. We got something going there. I mean, we got to expect the Mountaineers to be a better team at home than on the road.
Exactly.
5.5 on the win total, juice to the over. The market is expecting the Mountaineers to go bowling. They start home to Coastal Carolina, very winnable. Home to FCS Tennessee Martin, very winnable. Home to Virginia. No, Virginia will be played at a neutral site. Who knows?
That's still a winnable game.
But yeah, I guess definitely winnable. Home to the Pokes. Would love yeah, better to catch them early than late. At Iowa State for their first road game. Home to Arizona, home to Cincy.
Winnable.
Granted, at Texas Christian, at Texas Tech, those tough ones. And then we get into November, home to Kansas, home to Houston.
Winnable.
I mean, if the weather cooperates. And then they finish the season short week at Salt Lake City. Not ideal. I think it's important that they start with 3 wins if they want to go bowling. Things get a bit rugged at the end. And I don't trust them to beat both Arizona and Cincy at home, although they might. If they did, they'll definitely go bowling. Yeah, they could start 5-2, or rather, 5-2. They could definitely go bowling for sure.
So they have 3 games that I would say we chalk up as losses. Texas Tech. Well, I mean, they could win on the road at TCU, but Texas Tech and Utah, so 2. Right? They have 5 conference home games.
I mean, I was kind of expecting them to lose to Houston at home, but sure. Yeah, they could win. Yeah, they could win, right? Yeah, that's a good one. Fuck yeah.
What's the price?
Now the juice on the over is a lot. It's -158 to the over.
Okay, well, this might be a good pair to have.
Oh, you want to marry those two?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well,
I don't know.
You don't know who I'm marrying it with yet.
Wait, didn't you already say?
Did I?
I thought you said you liked. I thought you said you liked fucking Houston to the over.
Not Houston.
Oh, who do you like? Who would you like?
UCF. I love UCF this year.
Oh, my bad. Okay, then let's
UCF.
do that. Yes, UCF 50-1 to win the conference, and then on their win total,
Which you should not bet 50-1 to win the conference.
their win total. Oh, it's basically the same, 5.5 juiced over. Yeah. Okay. So you like Central Florida, and can I just say I don't know. All right, we got Scott Frost, right? Scott Frost, right? But I don't know who their quarterback is. Who's their
new quarterback, Alonzo Barnett, is a transfer from JMU.
Interesting. All
who
right.
can run the ball and he can throw it. He's a veteran quarterback. Look at this schedule. Bethune at Pitt. This is a difficult game, but winnable. Home to Georgia State. At Colorado. Could be difficult at altitude, but they'll probably be a dog, but a short dog. Home to TCU. Okay, better home than away. At Houston, difficult. At Kansas, I'm not worried about that. At Oklahoma State, not entirely worried. Home Arizona State, we already identified Baylor. Already identified BYU. Home Baylor, home Iowa State. So we have no Texas Tech. We have no Utah. We have no Kansas State. The at Houston is difficult. But I think this is a relatively easy schedule. Not to say that they're going to win 10 games or 8 games, but to go over this win total.
They catch Brigham Young in a favorable spot.
They
That's for
catch
sure.
Brigham Young in a favorable spot. Who knows what Colorado is going to be like? Again, who knows what TCU is going to be like? Kansas, we don't feel confident in Kansas. Oklahoma State, probably a bounce back, but you're not believing in them. Arizona State at home, I think, is very winnable. Baylor at home, very winnable. Iowa State, very winnable. We got 7 right there. So they're going to have to maybe pull up, and that was within the conference, right? I didn't talk about Bethune, Georgia State, and Pittsburgh.
Well, we
I
were
think we
chalking
have,
up Pitt as a loss, but yeah, I could see them
but
getting 6
it's
wins.
a short road game. Yes, I think that you could get 8 wins easily, and I think there's 9 winnable games on the schedule. Also, UCF last year. Let's go through their schedule. UCF. Okay, let's do a couple things first. Let's do a couple things.
What things? Where's it going with this?
College football defense rankings. Okay. So, UCF, did you know? This is not something really to hang your hat on, but in the conference, in the Big 12, UCF was the 3rd best defense in yards per game.
You're shitting me.
Texas Tech, Arizona, BYU, UCF, and then Houston, Iowa State, Arizona State, Utah. They were a solid defense.
I always understood Scott Frost to be an offensive guru.
Yes.
So I'm surprised that he stepped in. Oh, he got Grinch. That's right.
Yes.
He got Grinch. He always has a salty defense. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. But their offense was terrible. If I think we look at in all conferences on offense, they were like UCF. Here was their offense in yards per game. This is not the ultimate measure, but we'll just look at yards per game here. They were sandwiched in between Arkansas State and South Alabama above them, and Georgia State and Eastern Michigan below them. This was a bad offense last year. So we have an experienced QB coming in. But okay, this is the reason why I want to talk about last year, right? So they had a solid, maybe not excellent, but a solid defense. They basically had 70 new players come into the team. And let's talk about last year. Let me pull this up. Last year, at Kansas State, this is a 34-20 contest. UCF, 402 yards to 434 with 3 turnovers. Okay. And they went 3 for 13 for 3rd down, 0 for 2 for 4th down. Did not quite outgain them, but this was a closer game than it might appear. Okay, in the game versus Kansas, final Kansas 27, Knights 20. UCF outgained them 375 to 356. If you look at ESPN's win probability, UCF was winning through the 3rd quarter, and win probability was at almost about a 60%. They were up midway through the 3rd quarter. Versus Cincinnati in a 20-11 loss. Cam Fancher, who stinks, outpassed Brendan Sorsby 222 yards to 191 yards. They outgained Cincinnati 413 to 306 in that 20-11 loss. They also played Willie Fritz's Houston close. They lost 30 to 27. They got significantly outgained, but UCF was winning this game into the middle of the fourth quarter. This game was tied. The game was tied in the middle of the fourth quarter. So they had a couple bad losses here. A totally new team. They had quarterbacks. They had Taven Jackson, who could not throw the ball. Okay, so looking at Taven Jackson and Cam Fancher, looking at their season-high passing yards in a game, Taven Jackson's season-high passing yards was 282 in a game. That was his best game, and that was versus Jacksonville State. They had a bad offense. A bad offense and a decent defense. And they were in it in conference play. They have a workable schedule. And though not, as I said, not really a standard deviation away, they were in the sort of bottom 20 of turnover margin, a minus 0 points, averaging minus 0.6 in turnover margins per game. In their last 3 games, however, minus 1.7. So I think this is a total bounce back candidate. I love over 5.5 for UCF. I just don't have a mate to go to the dance with.
Okay, I see. And that's why, all right, and that's why you were looking for a win total to make a parlay with.
Yes.
Okay, I see. All right.
Now,
And
I was
okay, and all of this
potentially
was
thinking,
to say was yes, you like Scott Frost to get as good or better a performance out of this team than he got from the squad last year.
exactly. Yes.
Okay, I got you. All right.
So Cincinnati might be a team I want to pair this with, but that's what I was looking at personally. But I love UCF to go over their win total. I love UCF to go over their win total.
Okay. Okay. I mean, we should have just found the alt number then and just did like the over 6.5 plus money, right?
Okay, well, unless we want to parlay with another
Actually,
team,
maybe
my
parlaying is
friend.
better. You're right. Because actually, they might land on a hard 6. We'd be very mad. Be very mad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know what? Let's talk about these last 3 teams then, and we'll see how we feel about Cincy. Because I don't think we can talk about the Cyclones at 71 too much, or Colorado
Gross.
at 101 too much. Well, we certainly hope Coach Sanders gets better. We saw he was in the hospital some time ago. Cincy 100-1, bringing in a new quarterback, obviously. But I mean, Satterfield is a guru. He's one of those guys who always has a solid offense. Who's he bringing in under center?
They're bringing in the guy
J.C.
from
French.
Yes, from Georgia Southern, who is a turnover machine.
I don't remember the Eagles being a very good offense last year. Was that the
No.
Georgia Southern Eagles thing, a good offense? No, right? Satterfield has his work cut out for him. He likes his offensive line, though, so that's good. That's a good start. So you like Cincy to go over their number? Oh yeah, let me find their win total. Now? All right,
No,
I guess.
I think they're going to go under their win total.
You like them to go under the 5.5, and the market agrees. Juiced minus
Exactly,
150.
and this is who I wanted to pair with.
Okay.
And so here's what I wanted to do. So I had to update my stupid.
Now, to be clear, and to be clear, this isn't properly correlated because Cincy and UCF do not play each other. So you
I
don't
understand they're
need
not properly
their specific,
correlated.
their meeting to go well. But all right, go on.
Let's get this.
I
So
mean,
what I wanted to do was look at Cincinnati under 6.5 and parlay that with UCF
sir, that was 5.5. That
over.
was 5.5. Go on.
There's an alternative
Oh, okay.
under 6.5 and parlay UCF over 5.5 for plus 140.
How does that come to plus 140? What's the juice on the alt total?
Under 6.5 for Cincinnati is minus 280. For UCF, it's minus 130.
Oh, okay. Minus 20, minus 130 makes plus 140.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Cincinnati to win 7 games. Okay, let's look at their schedule first.
I think.
Okay. Boston College, they're currently a 7-point favorite versus Boston College. I've already bet Boston College plus 9.5. But they are 7-point favorite versus Boston College. You really hope you don't lose that game at home. We're going
Honestly.
to count that as a winnable game for Cincinnati, but I wouldn't be entirely surprised. Western Carolina should be a win. Home to Miami of Ohio. That's a rivalry game. Okay. At Arizona, difficult road trip. BYU, Utah, difficult. Texas Tech, difficult, even at home. Kansas State, difficult, even at home. Houston, at Houston, difficult. So already then they play, what did I say? So BYU, Utah, Texas Tech, Kansas State, Houston. They play the top 5 teams in this conference and have to go on the road at West Virginia. To me, the only clear games where they should be favored is home to Colorado and at Iowa State within conference.
Mm.
And
Okay.
if Cincinnati lost to Boston College, I wouldn't be totally surprised. So where are the 7 wins coming from? Okay, so let's say they run the table versus Boston College, Western Carolina, and Miami of Ohio. Okay, where are those 4 more wins? Are they versus at BYU? I
No,
don't
no,
think so.
no. If you were a Bearcats backer, yeah, you would assume you started 3-0.
Yeah,
And then you would plan on beating the Cyclones on the road, and you'd beat Colorado at home. And
5.
then you would
That's
find
5.
one, yeah, exactly. And then you'd find the one win in an upset somewhere
That's
along the line.
6. But I'm talking about it's under 6.5.
Oh shit, you moved it. My bad. You moved it.
Yes.
That's right.
So
You
that's what
moved
I'm
it. Yeah.
saying. Show me where 7 is. 7
No,
is the
that's true.
absolute
That
best case
takes two.
scenario.
I mean, well, Scott Satterfield again, offensive guru. He fucking upsets the apple cart, wins a shootout against the Cougars in Houston, breaks their hearts. 43-42.
Sure.
That kind of shit. But it's true. It's gonna be something that we would deem highly surprising right now, right? Like we would not think it reasonable to suspect it's gonna happen.
So they had a dog shit defense. And here, so let's look at and they had a dog shit
I
defense.
mean, they had a
They
dog
had a
shit ever. I mean, everything except for Sorsby was bad last year, right?
um but they lose a linebacker to the NFL draft. A linebacker is UDFA, a linebacker is a cornerback. Their entire wide receiver room is
Mm.
replaced. Their best defensive player, Dante Corleone, I think is just done with football. They lose all of their running backs to either graduation or the transfer portal. So it's entirely new offense. And they lose decent defensive players on a bad defense. And JC French is not good. Look at this motherfucker. JC French. Let's come on. JC French the 4th. Okay.
Oh, French is.
Um
Love that.
yeah. So, okay, last year he was 20 for 8 TD to INT, but was 17 for 11 the year before.
Bull.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, this is also in the Sun Belt. And the Sun Belt East had a down year. Okay. They had a down year. So this guy is just not this guy is not it. I'm sorry.
You know what? Satterfield might be wishing he had held on to Swordsby somehow, because he would have gotten an injunction and he would have a much better quarterback. Okay. All right, then. So
Yeah,
we're going to
this guy
parlay these
stinks.
motherfuckers. UCF over 5.5, since the end of 6.5, plus 143. I like that price.
Plus 140, plus 140, plus
All right, we'll call it plus 140. I like that price. We can fuck with that.
Okay, this is yeah, so these are the what I wanted to pair.
Yeah, I like that.
Anyway,
Yeah, all right. Hey, we did it. Like it was like an hour and a half or so, but we got to a couple good bets. I'm happy with that.
also
So we're
yes,
gonna give
and
out
also
Houston 20-1 as our future, and we got the win total parlay. What were you gonna say?
I got to and yes, because they're playing Boston College. Boston College, I grabbed a plus 9.5. I bet Boston College on the money line there in that game. And I bet Colorado plus 7 at Georgia Tech. Dion gets his teams to play for him early in the season. They like
Is
buy
Dion out
into
of the
his bullshit.
hospital? I thought he
Yeah,
was
it doesn't matter.
convalescing.
They
What do you mean it
they
doesn't
like buy
matter?
it.
Is he
Doesn't
well?
matter.
Is he well? I'm looking
Is
this up now. You're driving me
is
crazy.
Deion Sanders in the hospital? Um. Okay. Well, it does not appear that he says I'm healthy according to Bleacher Report 2 hours ago.
Okay then.
Yeah, he
Okay.
underwent bladder removal. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
All right then. All right then.
Yeah. So they fight they fight early in the season for Dion, and then the season collapses. But
Mm-hmm.
so and Georgia Tech is replacing a lot. So in week 1, I bet Colorado plus 7 on the road. No one wants to be betting Colorado.
No.
Boston College on the road plus 9.5. Those are my big week 1 bets. But
All
there we
right.
go.
All right. Now wait. I didn't write those down. Did you write those down somewhere? Fuck.
No.
Oh motherfuck. Fuck. Give me a second. God damn it. Um, because I closed the notes app. Okay. Here we go. You said BC plus 9 week 1.
Plus 9.5.
Uh-huh. And what was the other one?
Colorado plus 7.
And then all right. And then Colorado plus 7. All right. All right. We got a couple week 1 bets here. Love to see that. Can't wait to see what they close at when we get to there.
Currently, BC is plus 7. So I already got some value there.
Oh, all right. Pat yourself on the back there. All right. There we go. The Big 12, the Chaos Conference in the books. All right. I feel good
Dude,
about this.
I think I do a pretty good job of guessing where lines are going to move. I still don't know if like it's ever worked in my favor. But I do a pretty good job of that.
And I
Of
think
like
that fucking counts.
yeah.